Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, illuminating a vibrant forest scene. Sammy, a small squirrel, darts through the trees, his fluffy tail a blur of motion. He pauses mid-leap, a spark of excitement in his bright eyes. With a final burst of energy, Sammy lands gracefully on a sturdy branch. He surveys his domain, a tiny king in a kingdom of green. The forest echoes with the rustle of leaves as Sammy continues his journey. Deep inside his snug oak tree home, Sammy's eyes gleam with a thirst for the unknown. From his window, the great meadow beckons sirens call to his adventurous spirit. His heart beats faster, yearning for the untold stories that lie beyond his doorstep. Sammy's imagination ignites with visions of daring quests and undiscovered land. A spark of courage flares within him, urging him to embrace the thrill of the journey. In a sun-drenched forest clearing, ancient wisdom watches over the gathering. Below, a circle of young animals waits with bated breath. Among them, Sammy's bright eyes sparkle with anticipation. The old owl speaks, "Gather round, little ones, and hear the tale of the golden acorn." The forest holds its breath, ready for the ancient tale. Sammy's eyes reflect a sudden spark of hope, his disbelief slowly fading. He strains to listen, hope igniting within him as he hears whispers of the golden acorn. Sammy clutches the acorn tightly in his small paws, knuckles turning white with determination. A determined look hardens Sammy's features, erasing any trace of doubt or fear. Inside his cozy oak tree home, Sammy meticulously gathers supplies for his upcoming adventure. With practiced ease, his small hands work deftly, packing crunchy nuts alongside the berries. He pauses, his gaze drawn to the darkened forest visible through a knothole in the oak. A flicker of excitement dances in his wide, innocent eyes, mingling with a touch of apprehension. The weight of the journey ahead settles on Sammy's small shoulders as he contemplates the unknown. Reading himself, Sammy tightens the sack, preparing to step into the darkened woods. Sunlight pierces the forest canopy, painting the ground with shifting shadows as Sammy enters the serene space. Sammy kneels in the dappled light, face to face with Clara, the chipmunk. Clara's voice trembles with fear. "Please be careful, Sammy. I'm so worried about the shadow hawk." Sammy reassures, "I'll be careful." Sammy scans his shadow stretching long across the forest floor as he prepares to move forward. With a determined step, Sammy ventures deeper into the forest, ready to face whatever lies ahead. Sammy arrives at the forest's edge, where the dense trees give way to a breathtaking view. Before him lies the great meadow, an endless sea of golden grass shimmering in the sunlight. He pauses, the vastness of the meadow stirring something deep within him. His heart pounds with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. In the vast meadow, Sammy begins his journey, the sun casting a golden glow. The tall grass sways as Sammy joyfully bounds forward, full of vigor. A moment of respite as Sammy pauses to nibble on sweet berries, replenishing his energy. With renewed energy, Sammy lifts his head, his eyes scanning the far-off horizon. The horizon beckons, promising new adventures. As Sammy's quest continues under the warm sun, an ominous whooshing sound pierces the tranquil meadow, hinting at unseen dangers. Sammy freezes, paralyzed by the sudden, unsettling noise. A desperate dive beneath the protective cover of a dandelion becomes Sammy's refuge. From his concealed vantage point, Sammy cautiously peeks out, his eyes scanning the horizon. A powerful gust of wind sweeps across the meadow, flattening the tall grass in its wake. The meadow transforms into a sea of undulating green as the wind's invisible hand reshapes the landscape. From Sammy's perspective, the world is a blur of green and gold, a dizzying canopy of dandelions swaying gently above. A sudden chill sweeps through the high grass, prickling Sammy's fur and sending a shiver down his spine. His tail twitches nervously, betraying his unease as the wind whispers secrets through the dandelions. In a moment of forced bravery, Sammy attempts to reassure himself against the unsettling sensation. "Just the wind," Sammy whispers, his voice barely audible against the rustling of the grass. Despite his words, the chill lingers, and Sammy remains alert, sensing something more than just a breeze. Across the great meadow, Sammy's eyes catch a faint glimmer. In the meadow's heart, a stone pedestal emerges from the grass. Upon it, the golden acorn rests, radiating light. It burns like a tiny sun beckoning. A deep croak shatters the peaceful stillness, its resonance halting Sammy in his path. At the pond's edge, Bartholomew, a grumpy old frog, narrows his gaze, suspicion clouding his ancient eyes. Sammy halts, his eyes widening as he spots Bartholomew, the grumpy old frog. Bartholomew remains still, his narrowed eyes conveying a silent challenge to the newcomer. The air hangs heavy with unspoken tension as Sammy and Bartholomew lock eyes across the tranquil pond. Sunlight drizzles through the forest canopy, creating an ethereal glow on the forest floor. Sammy, a young squirrel, faces Bartholomew, an elder burdened by the weight of experience. Bartholomew warns, "Turn back, little squirrel. The Shadowhawk guards that acorn. No one's ever reached it." Defiant, Sammy declares, "I have to try." The massive oak looms in the distance, its branches heavy with acorns, a tempting yet perilous beacon. Sammy stares ahead, undeterred by the looming challenge. Bartholomew watches Sammy, admiration shining in his eyes. He gestures towards the maze of tall grass, its blades dancing in the wind. Bartholomew advises, "Use your wits, not just your courage." He warns Sammy, "The hawk can't see through that." The dense maze awaits, its secrets guarded by swaying grass. Sammy nods, a whirlwind of thoughts swirling in his mind. With newfound resolve, Sammy plunges into the heart of the grass maze. He darts through the maze, his small stature proving to be his greatest advantage. The maze becomes a labyrinth of towering grass, each turn presenting a new challenge. He zigzags through the tight paths, his agility a beacon of hope. Sammy disappears deeper into the maze, his determination unwavering. A piercing screech shatters the calm of the grass maze, signaling impending danger. A dark silhouette races above the ominous Shadowhawk, casting a pall over Sammy. Sammy's heart drums a frantic rhythm against his ribs. Bartholomew's counsel echoes in Sammy's mind, a beacon of hope in the mounting dread. The memory of Bartholomew's advice flashes in Sammy's mind. The world shrinks to blades of grass, seen from Sammy's hidden vantage. Sammy moves with practiced stealth, a silent hunter in a sea of green. With focused determination, Sammy navigates the grassy maze. Each movement is precise, a testament to skill and resolve. In the bright light of day, Sammy approaches the ancient pedestal, a silent promise hanging in the air. The golden acorn pulses with warmth in Sammy's paws, its glow intensifying with each step. Closing his eyes, Sammy focuses, the world fading as he prepares to make his heartfelt wish. A surge of hope fills the air as Sammy concentrates. The pedestal, a silent witness to his deepest desire. The world holds its breath, awaiting the moment when Sammy's wish is released into the universe. In a quiet moment of anticipation, Sammy remains still, his heart filled with expectation and dreams. Sunlight dapples the forest floor, illuminating young Sammy. Sammy clutches a small acorn, his young face full of hope. With eyes squeezed shut, Sammy whispers, "Let the forest be safe for everyone, always." The acorn pulses with a soft inner light, a beacon of hope in the heart of the forest. Then the light fades, its magic spent, leaving Sammy in quiet contemplation. Across the great meadow, a gust of wind sweeps through, scattering seeds like whispers of hope. Tiny sprouts emerge from the earth, their delicate forms pushing against the soil. The young trees reach for the sky, their branches intertwining. Leaf by leaf, a verdant canopy begins to form, a shield against the harshness of the world above. The canopy thickens, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor below. The forest thrives, sheltered and protected beneath the interwoven branches of the new trees. In the vast expanse of the great meadow, the shadow hawk unleashes a piercing screech. Frustrated, the hawk soars high into the sky, abandoning its hunt. The shadow hawk circles once, then disappears into the bright, limitless sky. The meadow returns to its serene silence as the shadow hawk vanishes, never to be seen again. Sammy bursts into the forest clearing, a fleeting figure against the verdant canvas. A wave of cheers erupts from his friends, their voices resonating through the ancient trees. Clara surges forward, relief flooding her face as she embraces Sammy tightly. In a moment of pure elation, Clara's eyes sparkle with uncontainable joy as she holds Sammy close. Clara's eyes widen, a mix of shock and joy flooding her face as she stares at Sammy. "You did it, Sammy!" Clara exclaims, her voice filled with disbelief and pride. Nearby, Old Owl observes silently, his ancient eyes gleaming with knowing approval. Old Owl speaks, his voice a low, resonant rumble. "Bravery and wit's a true hero." Sammy stands tall, basking in the glow of their praise. As the sun dips, Sammy finds solace high in the embrace of ancient trees, a silent guardian of the twilight. Bathed in the sun's golden farewell, the forest whispers promises of peace and newfound safety. The world below fades into amber hues as Sammy surveys the tranquil kingdom from above. Each rustle of leaves, each fading ray, paints a vivid portrait of nature's gentle surrender tonight. In the heart of the woods, Sammy becomes one with the serene landscape, a fleeting silhouette against the vibrant sky. The forest, now a sanctuary of calm, cradles Sammy in its timeless embrace, sealing the day with a kiss of golden light. Under the cloak of night, Sammy scurries toward his oak tree home, his tail twitching with residual excitement. He pauses at the entrance, his eyes reflecting the thrill of his latest escapade. As the moon casts long shadows, the legend of Sammy, the brave squirrel, is whispered among the trees. Every young squirrel dreams of following in his daring footsteps, inspired by his courage and spirit.